First of all, the people involved in UCA, they have helped me a lot because prior to that, my mom and dad and me, we don't really know about anything about like US colleges and also the applications. And also, UCA helped me a lot in my essays because I'm not usually a great person in writing essays and I don't really have a lot of ideas that I wanted to include in my personal statements. And UCA helped me to like outline all of my ideas so that when I write my personal statement, it became a lot easier. And also, people in UCA, they helped me to just understand the process of college applications and applying to universities in the US and how to work Common App because before that, I didn't know what Common App was.
I feel like UCA has this team approach to things. So it's not just my counselor who helps me, but it's also an interviewer. And I met with some of the editors as well. And I met with students who go to their schools that I'm interested in. So what I feel like a UCA does best is that not only does it bring people from this fields that they do best in, but they also encourage me to start the initiative. For example, um, I had to I had to start a conversation with fellow students who I no idea where or who they're like, and it turned out to be a great experience. And I felt like that helped me so much in Berkeley, where the campus environment is so big that it's easy to get lost.
I think UCA really helped me just find myself first and really centered my essays around myself and not what colleges wanted or what they were looking for, but more of just like expressing yourself in the best way possible and just being yourself in general. And I think that's the greatest value they've imparted on me.
When you did your Stanford essays, you did at the end with kind of a loose, let's just see what happens thing. Now, how does that compare to when people try to do the perfect essay? Which works better?
So yeah, definitely. I did my Stanford essay in 2 nights, and in those 2 nights, I was just like, you know what, Stanford is a hard school. Might as well just put everything on it. And in those 2 nights, I just poured my heart out on my essays. Really did not care about what the schools were thinking or what my admissions officer would say. Just literally got the pure essence of what Patrick is and put it in my essays, and it was the most invigorating and the most awarding thing ever. But it was very different to my old essays when I was writing for Harvard or Princeton, where I really felt like I had to keep this facade of like a very, I guess, the perfect, trying to be the perfect person for them. And the difference really showed there in my essays, and I could really be proud of my Stanford essays now because it's truly me.
And where are you right now?
Stanford!
I'd say UCA has your best interests at heart. So the other consultant wanted to put me into like top level universities like the Ivies, but I didn't necessarily want to get into. And because my background was more suited for architecture, due to the courses I was taking, she was pushing me towards architecture, but then later on I decided to change my major, but she didn't support me with that because it was hard to pivot in the middle of application season. And UCA helped me with the necessary like background and which further courses to take or how to sell myself in a better way to suit my change of major.
I think the real difference between the previous consultant I was with and you is that you really empathize with the students, and so instead of getting mad at them when they make a mistake or when they change their mind, you sort of understand their situation, try to guide them in a better direction, and I think that's why it's been a better experience, but also a fun experience, if I may. I think that's why I really enjoyed the process, even though it's a very stressful process. You made it fun. I can honestly say you made it fun.